Hello everybody, welcome back. You might notice there's a few less pigeons in the breeding section at the moment, and that's because of something that I'll show you in a few minutes. But first, let's have a look at our little barless babies. So down here, we have some good news and some bad news. I'll move the mother out of the way and I'll give you guys a look. So as you can see, there is only one baby. It's a very healthy little baby, but it is a single one. And I really don't know what the problem was with the other baby. Yesterday I came in here and the other baby had just died. I'm not sure if it had a sickness or a genetic condition that wasn't compatible with life, but either way, the other baby just didn't make it. This one, I put the ring on this one yesterday, but it is a nice, fat little healthy baby. It's quite dark, but you can see there will be a few white feathers. Given the mother was quite pied, I think that's to be expected. I don't want too much white or pied in my barless projects. But a lot of my good racing pigeons are pied, so it's going to be a bit hard to avoid. I'll just have to try and breed it out of them in a couple of generations. The real news is over here though. This is one of the flying sections in my loft, and I've repurposed it as a temporary breeding station. So if I zoom out, you can see there are 6 boxes in here, and I'll start at the top. So these 3, this box, and this box, are all from my recessive opal spread project. I'll put up a picture here so you can see what I'm trying to breed, but you have seen most of these pigeons before. There's the opal grizzle cock, and he's with a black hen who carries recessive opal. Then we have the red looking opal cock, and he's with the nestmate sister, another black hen, same as the previous. And then in the box below we have this opal hen who is the mother of the 2 black hens, and she's a recessive opal bar, and she's paired to a black cock who carries recessive opal. You guys might know, if you've been watching for a while, that I've had a lot of trouble in this project. It's not the world's easiest project, but it shouldn't be too hard either. And I've been working at it for a couple of years and still haven't got what I'm aiming for. So hopefully this is the year that it happens, because I really don't have enough space to be keeping this many pigeons for one colour project. One thing you might notice in the nests is that I have these cocoa felt nest pads. Most of you guys know that I actually prefer to use the pine needles, but because I'm not allowed to leave my local area at the moment, I can't go and collect some. So I'll show you a quick little pro tip with these felt pads. The pads that are made for pigeons are quite expensive, to be honest, and it's much cheaper if you just buy a roll of this cocoa fibre felt and cut them out yourselves. I'll leave a little Amazon link in the description for any of the American viewers. But you guys can probably find this at your local garden store, and it's 1,000 times cheaper than buying the felts for the pigeons. Anyway, let's get back to the nests. So at the moment I've got the birds behind this wire. I actually should clarify what I've done. These are the boxes that I did have outside that I was breeding the single pairs in, and I've just brought them inside, made them a little bit smaller. I had 4 different sets, and I've only bought 3 inside, and I've just split them all in half. And then I've just used a bit of the wire mesh left over from the loft build just to lock them in for a week or so until they lay eggs. Once they've laid eggs, I'll take this wire off and they'll just have free reign of this section of the loft. But anyway, let's carry on. So you've seen these birds before. It's my little almond hen. I'm not going to be keeping her after this season. What I'm aiming to do is get 1 or 2 almonds out of her. All the almonds that she produces will be cockbirds, and I'll probably keep one of those in stock and move her on, because I don't want to keep too many stock birds that I can't let out. There's not that much room over here in the breeding section, so I don't want to keep too many unnecessary pigeons that can't be let out. But I have her paired up to this dark checker cock, and you guys might recognise him. I used him in the barless breeding project last year, and this year he's moved into the almond project. He was a really good racing pigeon, and his father was even better. So my hope is that the good genes from this guy move in to the almond project this year, like they did in the Barless project last year. Now, down below these guys, here's a pair that you've seen plenty of before. It's my favourite old racing pigeon and his little silver bar hen. This is the yellow project. I've been working on these guys for a while. We did have our setback last year when I lost the son of these guys who carried Dilute and Asher Red. But I've got them paired up again and we'll see what happens. The last round I did with these guys, they didn't look after their eggs properly. So these guys in the next box might end up being their foster parents if I have to use them. So these guys are actually a pair that you haven't seen much of, but I've been working on this project for a long time and I'm a little bit over it, to be honest. I don't want to work on this project much longer. I'm going to let these guys have one round and then that'll probably be it for this project. I'll put up a picture of this cockbird with his wings spread out. He has quite an interesting undergrizzle pattern in his wings, which was something I wanted to research, but I'm a little bit over it at the moment. So I'm going to give them one more go, and if I don't get anything interesting, that'll be the end of this project. And like I said, I might just use these guys as foster parents or egg runners for the yellows, for their neighbours. And I do have one more pair in this section, but you probably can't see them. There they go. It's a brown grizzle and the black cock. There's a bit of space here, so I thought I'd let them have a little nest on the floor. Save a bit of space over here in the breeding section. So that's my update for today. I still haven't been able to get to the hardware store and do much more work on lining the walls or building any perches. But at the moment, with our lockdown, I'm just making do with what I can. So I've repurposed these old boxes. Here he is. And I'll just do one round of colour breeding and then I'll probably move on most of these birds. And we'll make some room for the proper racing pigeons. So the birds that are left up this end of the loft are either my racing pigeon stock or there's some of the colour birds that I don't have paired up at the moment. As soon as I'm able to, I'll be getting the boxes put in here and in the other side. That'll be 12 more boxes, 12 more pairs, and then we can really start breeding to race next year. But at the moment, there's a lot of circumstances that aren't really under my control, and I'm just trying to do the best I can in the circumstances we're in. Anyway guys, hope you've enjoyed this update, and I'll catch you next time.